We talked about building a pollinator pot, and that's just what we're doing thanks to the expert advice here of Jim Kaiser. He's Chesterfield County Master Gardener. And Jim, you're back with us. Pollinator pots give people an opportunity to bring some hard workers into their space, but they don't need a giant patch of land to do it.
Right. They can have a rather concise garden, and they can also be able to move that garden if they would like. So it's a really kind of nice thing to do.
This is more than just plunking a few plants in a pot. There's some strategy here.
Well, our strategy lately is starting to turn towards the use of native plants, because with native plants, we have the perfect meeting of the insect population with the environment that they have grown up in for centuries. And this is the way we should be using these plants. They're durable, and they're pretty, and it's a nice thing to do.
The great thing is they're hard workers and they'll last.
Yes, they do. Most of these are perennials that we actually put into pots. They could be unbundled from the pot at the end of the season and put back into the ground, if you will. Or they could be brought in and cared for indoors. But I think that we would prefer that they go back into the garden. So, yes.
Make those native plants work for you. We're going to have a link on our page so you can find the perfect ones for your project. And tell us, Jim, you've got an example here of one that looks kind of innocuous, but this one's doing a lot of heavy lifting.
It is. This is, we talk in terms with the insect population, feeding plants that provide food for the butterflies and the bees and the hummingbirds, and plants that provide a host situation. That is, the insect can come drop its eggs on the plant, and then the larvae, as they develop, will feed off of that plant. This is a perfect one. This is a butterfly milkweed plant. It's an Asclepias tuberosa, very common around here. There's a lot of different milkweeds, but this one, when the larvae get on it, they'll chew up the plant. It will maybe look like almost the entire plant is gone, but if you continue to water the plant comes back. Because a host plant has to survive, because the insects are going to survive too. So within the history of the relationship between the insects, particularly the butterfly, and this particular plant, it has to survive. They both have to survive. There's also a plant that we need for our state butterfly, which is the tiger swallowtail. And that is our parsley plants. A lot of people plant parsleys in their gardens. I planted here in this container. I have several containers of parsley plants. One, you would like to have the parsley plants spread out, because once the insects come in, the butterfly lays its eggs on one of the plants, it's going to migrate to the other plants. And you may not have any parsley for the table. So you want to separate the plants as much as you can. Also, the butterflies will go after other kind of plants, the fennels and even carrots. If you're growing carrots in your garden, they'll go to the carrots. But the development of these larvae, you can watch on these plants, and it's just an exciting thing to see. They'll grow up, they change colors, and finally they'll crawl off and form the chrysalis and become the butterfly.
It's fascinating stuff, Jim. A great just tip of the iceberg on what you can do. It's more than a garnish. This is a host plant over here.
It's a host plant.
Jim Kaiser, thanks so much.
You're welcome.
You can learn more by visiting our site, WTVR.com/poweringvirginia. Right now we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.